better roll them dice. You never know if it could change your life. Take a chance, you're neither wrong or right. You never know if you don't roll them dice. You better roll them dice. You never know if it could change your life.
2. Wild-ass guess hypotheses. Confirm or refute. Hypothesis 1. Only gods or some extremely rare class of people with access to restricted stuff can create. Or rather compile, but Taldane doesn't have the word. Spell designs. Hypothesis 2. There's a much wider variety of magicalized devices than standard wizard spells. Too many for there to exist a comprehensive book set listing of all such device templates.
Spell design is really hard, and only gods or extremely powerful ancient wizards can do it from scratch. And yeah, you can do a wider variety of things with magic items.
How are magic items at precision, focusing forces down to smaller levels? Let's say I want to take all the power that would go into something like a mage's Faithful Hound and apply that to the power of compressing and heating something the size of a dust speck.
I don't know. I think it'd take more skill to make something like that can work on very small things.
I wonder if we can skip coal mining and go straight to an analog of fire that requires much higher starting temperatures and produces much greater amounts of heat when something burns. That might work if magic can take a fixed quantity of heat and focus it down into a small enough volume that local temperatures are incredibly high, like thousands of times higher than molten iron. And I've already verified that somebody from this world didn't seem to have the corresponding basic knowledge to know that the underlying constituents of matter were or how to burn them. So it's the sort of thing that nobody here might have tried yet. Oh, but don't try that on your own until we've nailed down all the equity distributions and intellectual property so I can explain further details.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listeners. Welcome to a very special episode of Dungeon Master of None, a Patreon episode for our very special listeners, where we're going to be reading...
Patreon supporters.
Patreon supporters. Where we are going to be talking about something called... Bear with us.
Gotta say the title.
Mad Investor Chaos and the Woman of Asmodeus. And if you liked what you just heard, turn off the podcast because...
I didn't.
Because it sucks and I didn't. But we're going to be talking more about that. And there's a reason for it, but it's going to take me quite some time to explain why this is notable.
So far, I know two things, Rob, is we're in Galarian with this thing. There's some real hyper nerdism going on.
Yes, that's precise. So what we're talking about now is, like I said, it's a fic. It is a piece of writing, possibly a novel, called, it's actually, technically, the entire continuity is called Planecrash. But a better title for it is Mad Investor Chaos.
Planecrash as in plane of existence, not airplane.
Actually, right? Matt, it's both. And I'm going to get to that.
Oh, that's so clever.
I think a better title for it is Mad Investor Chaos and the Woman of Asmodeus. This is a glow fic. And this is a term I discovered while I was researching this particular piece of fiction, which is a fancy word for what is essentially a forum role-playing game. It's where two or more people write and respond to each other in posts in a forum. This is a kind of thing that has existed for countless decades. I think it might be one of the first things the internet was ever used for, but a bunch of annoying nerds decided to call it something else, and so they came up with the term glowfic.
Instead of just forum role-playing.
That's right. Instead of just...
The one thing I noticed is, unlike forum role-playing, there doesn't seem to be a referee, a game master, a dungeon master, and there doesn't seem to be, any checks or stats for anyone.
No.
Though they do talk about...
They do talk about stats, so we'll come to that later. It's entirely free-form, or mostly free-form, though there's some sort of shared continuity. Most of this kind of emerges from a couple of initial glowfics. Don't need to talk about that. That's not important. You might be wondering why this matters. The answer is it doesn't. But it also sort of does when I tell you who the author of this particular glowfic is. And this is going to be relevant and possibly interesting, maybe. The author of this glowfic in question, Mad Investor Chaos and the Woman of Asmodeus, is Eliezer Yudkowsky. And that name will either mean something to you or it will not. Eliezer Yudkowsky is a AI researcher and computer science expert programmer, question mark, all of these things. He's the founder of MIRI, Machine Intelligence Research Institute, which is a big player in the world of AI. He is also connected, and Matt, will you please pull up my mad flowchart?
Thanks for listening to this free teaser preview of our premium Patreon episode on Mad Investor Chaos and the Woman of Asmodeus. If you want to listen to this full, very cursed episode, you can head over to patreon.com/dungeonmaster of none. $5 a month gets you this episode and dozens of other premium episodes and a bunch of other homebrew goodies. Or you can just keep listening to the free episodes. Either way, thanks so much for listening to the show and keep rolling them dice.